it's just, it is, well, I mean, more important than this in a way, is a story that just broke a minute ago, and I just want to run it past you if you've seen it. It comes from Aubrey Allegretti at the Times about the three Commons deputy speakers who have unanimously ruled that Keir Starmer will not have to face any kind of investigation into what happened that day when Sir Lindsay Hoyle basically stopped the debate happening. Have you spotted this? Have you seen this?
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen it on the Twitter, as I still call it. I mean, I find it difficult to get too excited about this because, I mean, whatever whatever Keir Starmer said to Lindsay Hoyle, Lindsay Hoyle's not stupid. He knows perfectly well that there's a Labour government coming. And he wanted to stay in with it. So,
well, doesn't that strike you as something that we should all be a bit concerned about? Because he may well want to stick in and keep in with the Labour leader because he might be the next Prime Minister. But on the other hand, where other parties are concerned, specifically Plaid Cymru and the SNP, because the SNP felt that they would kind of steamroll it out of the debate, they feel that that would make Lindsay Hoyle less than a neutral in this thing, and he's not meant to be less than a neutral.
Honestly, Mike, I mean, don't be so naive. I mean, this is
I've never been called naive in my life. How dare you?
This is politics, and this is how it works. This is
not how it works. Lindsay Hoyle had no business. Hang on, Lindsay Hoyle had no business breaking up a perfectly reasonable debate that would have been had between the SNP and those who did not agree with them, particularly since it was going to show up a load of splits in the Labour Party because a load of Labour MPs were going to vote for the SNP amendment. And the reason that Keir Starmer went in to block it was because he wanted to stop himself facing an embarrassing situation. And that's not politics. That is BS, frankly.
No, that is politics. The SNP were up to no good. They were trying to embarrass the Labour Party. In order to grub for votes in Scotland, it was all a thoroughly disreputable parliamentary manoeuvre, and
followed by another one.
Yeah, followed by an accidental one because I mean Lindsay Hoyle thought, well, actually let's be fair, let everybody have a vote on their own policy, and it sort of blew up in his face because the Tories pulled out, and that had the peculiar effect of scrapping the SNP vote altogether.
Yes, but Lindsay Hoyle. But don't forget, John. Lindsay Hoyle himself then apologised to the House and said that he very much regretted what he had done, but he did what he had done because of fears that somebody might have been injured or killed. He's also, since that happened...
No, I don't think he did do that.
Well, he said he didn't want to have blood on his hands. That was his quote. He also said that now it looks like we're going to need £31 million worth of taxpayers' money used to protect MPs, right? Now, I think if that is absolutely everything that happened in that meeting, I think we've got a right to have it investigated, and we're spending £31 million of public money. We need to know what it's being spent on.
Well, yeah, but you can find out what it's being spent on, I imagine. I mean, except presumably, you want to maintain some sort
of
I'd
like to know where the threats are coming from, for a start. I think that would be fair enough, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know that anybody knows whether there are any.
Oh, OK. So we're spending 31 million quid and we don't know why.
Well, because people are getting death threats anonymously from emails and social media, and we've got to remember that 2 MPs have been killed recently. So that seems perfectly.
No, I get that. But lots of people have been killed recently.
But I don't think it had anything to do.
There's people on the streets being murdered every day, but they don't get protection. That's not the issue. But we can't really argue about this, unfortunately, because we haven't got time to do it. But I want you back in here in person to answer to this, because I think this is a constitutional problem which you think is OK because you want Keir Starmer to be left alone. I don't want him to be left alone.
No, I don't want him to be. I just think it's ridiculous to pretend that these parliamentary games are really important and serious. I mean, the point that what is serious is the physical threat to MPs. I think that was an excuse that Lindsay Hoyle used in order to interrupt parliamentary procedure.
Yeah, so that's even worse than he was involving himself in subterfuge. John, we'll have to talk again. Thank you very much indeed. John Rentoul there, defending what I can only describe as the indefensible, not for the first time, obviously.